Ever started a story that looked something like this? Yesterday I was at my friend's house, but I think we were having ice cream. Oh no, I think it was about 2 p.m. And yeah, one of my friends was coming as well. So it was just me and him. And you know what else happened? Also, I think we were watching TV. What is wrong in that one segment there? Do you think he said anything wrong? Do you think he took things out of context? No, he didn't. What is the one thing that I failed to do over there? When you were saying the story, you did not introduce the topic, the idea of the story instantly. And that's when people lose interest. And I used to think the same thing. I used to think I was very uninteresting, that people didn't really care about what I had to say. But the more I looked into why people did not care what I had to say, I realized it was actually me. It was the way I delivered things. Because why would you care, being another person, if you don't really have any emotional attachment to that particular scenario? If you are not in that event, why the hell would you care? And this is when I found out the main thing when it comes to telling a story. So how do you tell a story? Do you tell the story by looking deep in their eyes and scaring them? Or do you read many books to try to find the meaning of that? All you have to do is just learn the 10-second story. How does the 10-second story work? So yesterday, I nearly dropped off an escalator. That's it. No behind the scenes story, just straight to the point. What happened? I dropped off an escalator. Now you're wondering, why did you drop off an escalator? That's not something that happens normally. Now you're more intrigued about what's going to happen, because now that you know the idea of the story, you want the rest of the story. Now you want the juicy gossip. I was just standing by the side of an escalator and suddenly just pulled me back. And you know when you suddenly feel weightless, when your legs feel almost static, it's like you have an out-of-body experience. That's exactly what I got. Now, what was special in that part? You just gave them an idea, you gave them an expression that they can really relate with, something that they have probably faced in their own life. Everybody has felt that moment, whether that's on a roller coaster, whether that's somewhere else, where you just feel weightless, where you feel that static in your legs, where you feel almost helpless. And that's when a person will relate that experience to one of their own experiences. Then they kind of are more engaged. Now they're more interested. Now they're like, what's next? And then if you don't want to talk too much, then end it with a simple line just like, but that made me feel great. That made me feel something I'd never felt before. From that point on, it's all up to you. Whether you want to take the conversation forward, whether you don't want to, whether you want to just end it right there, it's all up to you. The 10-second story. And now you might be asking me, why does this one work? Why don't other methods work, but you think this one does? Simple. So if your beginning, middle, and end is condensed into just 10 seconds, you think about anything you watch on TikTok or Instagram as well. Everything is instant, right? Instant gratification, instant knowledge, instant feedback. So if you can get everything, the gist of the idea in 10 seconds, you've already hooked them to the story. Now it's up to you whether you want to continue it or not. So if you want to be more interesting, the thing is, this is that 10-second hook. Once people are interested, you slowly reveal the details instead of actually hopping into the details and the background story for the background story, and then you finally get into the story. No, instead, get into the hook automatically. What's that one story where you always take too long to tell people, but you'd love to tell people? Try to condense that down, that 1 minute, into 10 seconds and see if your own experience changes, because I can guarantee you one thing, even you will have more fun telling the story just because of how excited other people will seem listening to your own story. So comment down below your favorite story to tell people and how you're going to condense that down. And if you guys like this one, then like, share, subscribe, watch the video on the right, and always remember, never stop dreaming. See you all.